Okay, we're going to continue with putting. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 more of these. And although it's not as practical in the carpet inside the home, it is possible to do all of these drills and start to learn how you're going to take it to the golf course. So I think we'll probably all agree that if we are going to 3 or 4 putt, it's mostly because we get the distance incorrect. We either hit it not hard enough or too hard, and we're creating then a distance putt which isn't as easy to hole as if we got it to within 2 foot. So I think to tap into our natural talent and ability to do that would be the way to go. How do we stop ourselves tapping into this? Well, I don't know whether you can recall situations where you've gone out on a certain day, maybe on a strange course, and you've hit the first putt and it's come up short, and then you hit the next putt and you've hit it a little bit harder and it's gone long, and you spend the whole day not being able to find the right way to do it, and eventually you get back in the clubhouse and say, yeah, I would have had a good round today if I'd have been able to get the pace of the greens. So there's several things that we need to adopt, several philosophies, methodologies to get this right. But I think ultimately we need to tap into our own skill and ability to hit it the correct distance. So if I was just going to ask you to stand on the putting green and throw a ball at the hole, you'd soon adjust and adapt to the conditions, to the temperatures, to the speed of the green, and all of that information that changes how far you hit a putt. And you'd begin to look at where you were going. Certainly you'd be able to sense the weight of the ball, sense the ball in the hand, sense when it was released. You might even get some directional feedback from that as well. So, and that works very quickly. Now if you can tap into that natural talent and skill very quickly, then you should be able to tap into it when you've got the putter. So it's the putter that applies the force to the ball. First thing I'm going to use is my dominant hand. So I think it's obvious that when you threw that ball, that you used your dominant hand. Very rarely will somebody not use their dominant hand. So if we then put that only on the club head, look at where we want to go, and just feel that club head, and notice whether it appears to match the distance that we're going. Now notice that I kept that swing moving, which meant that I kept the weight of the putter head in my awareness zone. What I can usually add to it as well is I deepen my sense of the putter head as I do it. So you might even notice that the speed of which I'm doing that now slows down fractionally. And I'm beginning to get a real sense now that feels good. You'll notice that I'm not throwing this club around too much, so that distance and angle is staying pretty much the same, and that's so that the weight, the force of that putter head can be felt the whole way through. Then what I'm going to do is add the left arm, in my case, to sense the same feeling as I look at the target as we felt before. So my goal is to get my senses into that putter head. After I feel absolutely confident that I've got the right distance, then I'll take one more look at the direction I want the putt to go and the distance, come back, make my swing, and then before I look up to see where I'm going, the first question that I'm going to ask myself is, did I hit that with the same force as I applied to the practice swing? If you did, and you look up and the ball's gone the correct distance, then you'll know you've got the pace of the right pace of the greens. And of course the opposite would be you hit it a little bit harder than you wanted to, or you hit it a little bit softer than you wanted to, and then notice whether those balls came out longer or shorter. I'm going to add a little bit more to this tomorrow, and how to get that distance right, whether the greens are slow or whether the greens are fast. Practice this at home, maybe putting to a skirting board. See what you can do, see whether you can get these different lengths right, see whether you can tap in your natural talent to become a distance putter. In the meanwhile, stay safe.